All right, so I'm going to ask you to state your name and your profession.
Okay, I'm Josephine Luster. I'm a 5th grade teacher at Chevy Chase Elementary in the Center Program for the Highly Gifted.
All right, so could you explain the basic structure of Curriculum 2.0 for us and versus the old curriculum?
So 2 years ago, actually 1 year ago, our curriculum was changed in 5th grade, and it was changed to reflect the Common Core state standards. It was changed for general education as well as for the center programs. So we went from really doing a lot more thematic integrated work to still doing thematic integrated work, but the focus is a little bit different. The way that it's structured now, we have a lot of informational text that we're expected to be reading. The way that the writing is structured, the students are expected to do narrative, informational, and opinion pieces every quarter. And the standards themselves seem to be more conceptual and a little bit broader than what they used to be. So there's definitely I'm seeing a shift, even though we're basically covering the same content, the way that it's supposed to be presented is different.
So do you think this has a positive effect or a negative effect on students?
I think the intent is positive, but I think the way it's being implemented right now needs some work. I think the general idea that across the country students should all be learning the same thing at the same time in the same grade is a fantastic idea, and for the entire country to be on the same page and to raise expectations for all students across the country is a fantastic idea, but we still have a long way to go. So right now, as curriculums are being rewritten, as teachers are becoming familiar with the standards, we're definitely struggling, and we really need to just work on training teachers and getting them familiar with the curriculum so students can benefit from the positive idea that's there.
So how does this Curriculum 2.0 affect gifted and talented students like the ones you teach?
So in the center program, the curriculum has changed because AEI, the Division of Accelerated and Enriched Instruction, rewrote our old curriculum so it aligned with the Common Core state standards. So we are still teaching thematic units. We are still doing a lot of integrating and really trying to accelerate and put rigor into our lessons. So I don't think that it has necessarily impacted gifted students in Montgomery County in center programs as much as it may have impacted gifted students in general ed classrooms. In general ed classrooms, students who are gifted don't always get the differentiation that they need. They don't always get the rigor that they need because the Curriculum 2.0 may have some acceleration built into it, but it might not be the acceleration that a gifted student needs.
So do you think this curriculum does it elevate the level in which general students are learning or decreases the level in which gifted students are learning?
I think it does a little bit of both. I think for gifted students, the standard has been raised, but they're usually such motivated, highly able students that they're able to reach that bar really easily, and then they continue to need more acceleration. Whereas students who may be on grade level and need repetition with certain concepts, they'll get that repetition and they'll get a better foundational understanding of concepts.
How do you think Curriculum 2.0 can get better, like tailored more to students' needs?
There's a lot of changes that need to happen. To improve it, I like the direction that they're heading in where with informational text, for example, I teach reading. So a lot of the informational text that we read might relate to science or to social studies or to another subject area. So I think students are gaining a lot of information and they're gaining a lot just from being exposed to so many different subject areas within different subjects. So the integration, I think, is a really good thing. But I think that adding more opportunity for acceleration for gifted students is probably the biggest need. I don't teach math, but from the teachers who do, I've heard that gifted students or students who are quick to pick things up sometimes understand it, demonstrate understanding, and they demonstrate their understanding in multiple ways, and then they're kind of left high and dry with nothing else to move on to, while the rest of the class is playing catch up with them.
Okay, so how do you feel about the collaboration between students in Curriculum 2.0?
I think that's one of the best things. I think the task skills, the thinking and academic success skills, are one of the best parts of Curriculum 2.0. It's something that we did before, but now we're measuring it, and now we're asking students to be more aware of the fact that they're collaborating, and we're teaching specific skills for collaboration. So I think they're really important skills, not just in school, but for the rest of a person's life. So for students to have to master those skills right now and really have to learn what it is to collaborate, I think that's one of the best aspects of it.
What grade level do you feel like Curriculum 2.0 is most needed, like elementary school, high school, or middle school?
I see the need for it in elementary school, and I think elementary school is probably the best place for it, with all of the integration. If there is a grade level where the teacher is self-contained and they're able to teach all grade level, all subject areas in their own classroom, the integration becomes really seamless, and they're able to kind of move from one lesson to the next, and they're able to kind of show students connections between multiple subject areas. As the grades get higher and teachers departmentalize, as long as teachers are planning well together, I think that it's also fine for Curriculum 2.0 to be implemented there. But I think from what I've seen, I don't know how well it would, or how easy it would be to implement for older grades.
Sorry, do you need to go at 4:15?
Yeah, I do. So we can maybe do one more question.
Okay, so which one do you want? What's the most important?
I don't know. You're better at this.
So, do you feel like the standardized tests accurately measure the abilities that students have, both in the general program and the gifted and talented program?
I think the standardized test students were taking last year, the MSA, did not align very well with Curriculum 2.0 and the Common Core, and I felt like our students really kind of, in the center program, they really got through it really quickly, and it was very easy for them, which was great to see. It built their confidence for sure. I've seen the PARCC test, or I've seen example questions for the PARCC test of what's coming up. It is extremely challenging, so I think even for gifted students, it will be a challenge, and it will be something that they need to work really hard on, and teachers need to prepare students for that particular test. So I think as the curriculum aligns with Common Core and teachers are familiar with what those standards are, we'll start being able to prepare students for things like the PARCC test, which is coming up this year.
Okay, do you have any additional thoughts or anything you want to say?
I mean, I think teaching in a center program, I think I'm really fortunate because I have students who do love to learn and who are motivated, so that piece in and of itself makes having a brand new curriculum kind of makes it easier for me, because I have students who are kind of willing to take the journey and to take the next step with me and to try something new and try something different. So the transition, even though it's been difficult for every teacher, I think I've been really lucky to have that transition with students who are motivated and willing to try something new.